Gentlemen, welcome back. We're going straight into game number 2. This is a round of 16 matchup. You're seeing Rise Nation facing off against the Vexx crew, who just took game number 1. And now Rise back against the wall as we're seeing CTF in the best of 3. We are not going to see a best of 5 yet.
Nope. Both teams, I guess, did not agree to a best of 5. Not the biggest shock. Usually we see it's mostly like pro teams.
Yeah, quarterfinals, top 8 also as well.
Yeah, I mean, pro teams are teams that, like, you know, they have a little bit more well-known players. I guess they would agree to a best of 5 series, but it seems like both these teams could not agree. And if I'm Vexx, there's no way I agree to a best of 5. Why would I do that?
If I'm Rise, I also think, no, I'm just going to beat you in 2.
I mean, you would think that, but a lot of these pro teams, they're really
struggling.
They're scared to play these best of 3s, I swear.
And why do you think that is? Is it just the uncertainty of playing CTF? Is it the uncertainty of playing uplink potentially before your search?
I think it's just the fact that you can match up against a team like Vexx, who plays in a very odd manner, and they're very good on like specific game modes, and you end up getting maybe 1 or 2 of those in a series, and then you end up dropping.
You see both flags out here, guys, as, sorry to cut you off there, Matt. You see already it's Rise 1-0, and there is the 2-0 as Neslo gets the score. Fantastic returns coming in from his teammates on the right side of your mini-map. And so far, Rise is kind of putting the pressure on their opponents again, just like in game number 1, totally outslaying Neslo, leading that charge on a 4 streak, as well as a cap sitting at 6-1. Theory with the flag now at 4-3.
Like, I don't think you could have asked for a better job of like a map for CTF if you're Rise then Ascend, because this is, I think, the most complicated CTF map to play. It's like you have to be really good at it, really disciplined, and I think a team like Vexx, who's they're really good on S&D. You can get, they're good in the hard points that play more like a Black Ops 2 style one, like a retreat or a Detroit, where you can rotate a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think a map like this definitely throws them for a loop. They definitely are not the strongest on this one.
And you see Theory kind of waiting to see where Fast wants to go with this flag. Theory is going to get the kill. Big return coming through as well. Chino pushed up with him in the middle of the map, but it's going to be Rex and Jay Sano stopping the Rise push. One player continuing to press forward. Wheats is going to have to deal with it, and he will not get there in time. It's Prophet still inside the base until Chino shuts him down.
Yeah, Rise doing a nice job playing a little bit base defense, as you saw Vexx trying to get a little bit of a push up the middle. You're going to see Neslo trying to work his way down through that mid, but there's another player for Vexx trying to make a push. It's going to be Fast. He's going to be able to take out one. He has a teammate Rec who's going to take out Chino, and now you're going to see him try and bring this one light side.
Fast, trying to live up to his name, is making a very nice sprint across the right side of your minimap, but you see players surging in from the left, and Vexx will get this score. Nice job running that one down. Better cutoffs coming in from his teammates. All 4 from Vexx still up, and that is huge. Trying to prevent the counter cap. They're down 2 flags still. Would love to get a second one in this first half.
They're going to need to get a second one in this first half. There's no way they come back from a 2 flag deficit in the second half. They're going to at least have to get this down 1. Give themselves an opportunity to force an overtime with like 1 easy flag cap in the second half, or maybe able to get 2. I could not see this Vexx team going into the second half needing 3 flags to win and get 3 flags. I just couldn't see it happen.
Theory with the flag out was taken down pretty quickly, so flags at home for both teams, but you see Wheats inside the enemy base trying to cause problems. Chino on the right side doing damage, and Wheats will clean up Wreck. He did have a player right above him. That's Jay Sano, who's going to take him down. Over to Theory now. Theory constantly putting some pressure on these flags. Is going to sneak in, and this whole time, Rise doesn't plan on actually scoring these flags. They're just trying to cause problems, and it looks like now they lull their opponents into a false sense of safety. Everyone surges forward. They're getting picked off one at a time. Theory taking this flag right behind enemy lines. There's a player directly behind him, and he is just trusting his teammates to get this one all the way home. I like the patient play, though, coming in at the final moments of this first half.
Yeah, 30 seconds to go. We're going to have a stalemate of flags. They got Fast highlighted on your mini-map. Looks like he's going to have a few players pushing him from Rise Nation, but he actually won a huge gun battle in the Rise base to be able to get this flag where it is. And it looks like
big return.
Yep. He's going to have some good teammate support over there in the back corner of the map. Don't know if we're going to see a return here, Puckett.
I'm watching that one blue arrow at the bottom of your mini-map. He is still fighting the same player. That is a whole ASM1 clip, and Neslo does get the kill. Can he take out Prophet, though? Picks up one, still doesn't see the flag in time, and it's going to be Fast who is going to survive and keep the score 3-1.
I mean, that's obviously not what you wanted if you're Vexx at the end right there, to have it go in 3-1. But no, he fast loses that gun battle in Neslo. It's 4-1.
It's
going
done.
into the second half. Then you're pretty much done. I mean, we're just kind of sitting here just battling about a game that's probably over. But now, Vexx, I mean, I said that I thought they needed to be down by 1 to really make this a game. Could you see them getting 2 flags and tying it up? Yes. Can I see them getting 3 flags and winning this one? I'm not too sure, Puckett.
And we will see what's going to happen here. Final 5 minutes of capture the flag here in the best of 3 Rise. Up 3-1, has to be feeling pretty confident. And you look at the difference in this game, it's really been Neslo and Chino who set the tone in the first 2 minutes. Both players jumped out to 6-1, 6-2. From there, they didn't slow down. Neslo still sitting at +6, and you got Chino +6 as well. They got to keep slaying, though. Theory and Wheats doing a nice job of staying involved in this game. Theory on the objective side, Wheats just putting the pressure on the interactions. Yeah, and that was dangerous right there. It looks like the flag going to be tried to relay by Vexx, and I know both flags are going to go back to home, but you see Jay Sano, he's going to pull out an IMR puck. A lot of players discussing, should the IMR be banned? Should we allow it in competitive play? I think the IMR should stay. I think it's Absolutely.
a great weapon that can be used, viable at longer ranges. I think that's exactly the type of gun we need to add a little bit diversity in competitive play.
What's the thought process behind questioning the IMR? That it's just inconsistent with the 1 burst?
Yeah, that host could have a little bit too much of an advantage with it. As you see, Vexx going to get another flag in right there. That could be a little bit of an advantage. You see, as soon as he brought it out, goes on a 5 streak, really just kind of doming people in the middle of the map. But you see how much map control that's given this Vexx lineup that he's pulled it out.
Absolutely. And you see the scoreboard reflecting that. Jay Sano goes on the 5 spree. They get a cap just like that. He's got to stick with that IMR, the assault rifle dominance over the middle of the map. A huge difference maker.
Yeah, I mean, we see Formal. He runs an IMR now as well on this map. I definitely think this is a great map for IMR. You should see he takes out Wheats to his right, not able to pick up another one, but it's going to be Vexx putting good pressure on this Rise Nation team. We haven't seen Rise really fight out of their base here. Usually when this happens, we see good things happen for the aggressor. It's going to be Neslo, though, pulling this one down tunnel side. Puckett has some teammate support. He's
got to win 1 gunfight. It's this one right here. If he gets it, they have this flag home. There's actually one more player, though, who sneaks past, and Jay Sano, the man of the hour, is going to shut down this cap. He picks up a 2nd. His teammates able to surge forward for this flag, and really Jay Sano in the second half is really trying to put his team on his back.
He is keeping them single-handedly in this game. I mean, he doesn't pick up some of those kills mid-map. I mean, this game probably over. I think Rise probably gets another flag. Jay Sano doing a really nice job keeping this Vexx lineup in contention here to close this series out, and that's exactly what they would want to do. I mean, obviously it's kind of easy to say, win this one, close it out. That's exactly what you would want. But you let a team like Rise stay around. I think Vexx, very good S&D team. You let a team like Rise, though, stay around, get some confidence. That experience in that final game definitely going to come up big.
You don't want to see Search and Destroy on Biolab either, especially, I don't know what the map is, but I'd be scared playing Rise on that map. Going back over to Fast, though, he's trying to tie it up with this flag cap, and the flag is still alive. Jay trying to keep it that way, and both flags will now be at home. Final 2 minutes. You got to put the pressure on Profit now. 8-18, that's not going to cut it. You're -10, big return there, but he's got to go big in these final 2 minutes because the rest of his teammates have taken it to the next level.
I mean, he's putting up Benson numbers right now. He's really struggling. 9-19 coming up here in the second half, minute 40 to go. I mean, he comes up with 1 big play, though, makes up for it completely, right? I mean, you have teammates that struggle sometimes. They just come up with 1 big play, win 1 huge gunfight. You're perfectly okay with, them struggling a little bit for the rest of the game.
Rec, final 90 seconds, switching back over to the bow. He's going to try and get some middle map control. Here's one. Didn't see Neslo, and now he's going to be firing back into the base of Rise. Teammate in support over the middle, and Jay Sano is getting sneaky up close and personal with the IMR. Nice shot so far, but the flag doesn't get very far. Profit, the defenseman pushing forward. They have everyone trying to lock down these Rise spawns, but Rise doing a nice job staying alive and rotating.
So the one thing I would like to see different in the last minute here is for Jay Sano not to push up into the opposing team's base. We've seen him numerous times trying to push right into the Rise flag. Not worked. He should be the one who sits mid-map, puts down those shots with the IMR, and covers his teammates, not the one who's pushing and trying to get that last cap. But in the final minute, you're kind of a new team, not a lot of experience. Everybody wants to be kind of like the hero, so to speak, right? Everyone kind of trying to run in and make a play.
BH Easy is saying Vexx is weak at Search and Destroy. His TL beat them 6-4 on Search. All right.
His team
the
ladder
chat's
team
talking
beat him.
smack, man.
Let them know.
Let them know. And that's not a kill profit. You got to finish that before you can go forward. You can see the panic. Vexx crumbling here. Not able to do much after the first minute here of side 2. And that should do it unless Fast can get this flag out, and he will be shut down. One more teammate in position, but you have 3 members of Rise. That's not going to get very far. And Rise will be able to seal the deal here in game number 2, tied up 1 apiece as we head now to search and destroy.
You really see the difference between like an experienced team and a team that's kind of, I don't want to say like new, like trying to make a name for themselves, but one that is on the cusp of being like a professional, you know, high caliber semi-pro team, right? Is that that last minute, all you saw was 1 player at a time for Vexx running into the base, just trying to get the flag out. You can't win by making hero plays. You need to all get together, make 2 or 3, you know, solid pushes. I think I've always been more of a fan of that, is you make 1 or 2 really solid attempts at the flag instead of, you know, 1 person trying to run in, grab a 2-piece, and then the next person running in trying to grab like 1 kill or whatever and trying to magically get the flag out. Vexx, they would have played that a little bit different in the final minute, might have had a chance to get a flag.
Look at this scoreboard one more time, though. Here's the difference maker. You got away with it in hardpoint, but in CTF, you cannot have 2 players under a .7. Only 1 player going positive, that was Rec. Everyone else getting outslayed. You got to keep up with the likes of Chino and Neslo. They put way too much pressure on you otherwise. In theory, you could just see he was able to focus purely on the objective that game. 2 captures, 2 defends, and 3 returns.
Yeah, those are some silly numbers from Neslo. 29 and 18 of 1.61 KD. Capture, a defend, and 4 flag returns.
And 6 returns from Wheats as well. Most of those flags, by the way, were in the middle of the map. So credit to Wheats. He was never really pushing for any of those grabs you see. Very rarely was he going for the objective other than getting his back at the base.
Yeah, just a nice job on, you know, the defensive effort from everybody for Rise, especially in the second half.
We're going to search, Matt.
Search and destroy!
Search and destroy. You get 1 life per round. Don't
if you
lose
die,
it.
you're out. If you live, you have an opportunity to keep knocking other people out by killing them. You plant the bomb on offense, the bomb blows up, you win. There's lots of different ways to win search and destroy.
And you're not going to use score streaks because they're not strong enough.
Because you're lame.
We'll be right back.